Hi guys, it's Mrs. A here. Today in this video we're going to have a bit of a think about information and what it is that you do with your information. What do you do to present your information and how can you present it so it's interesting to your audience? You've done your research, you've found the information that you need, you've got images to support it. So how are you going to present it so it's interesting and engaging for your audience, remembering that's your job as the author. If you're looking at my screen, if you're going to look at plain old text, it's pretty boring. So what is it that you can do to jazz up your work? Over the years, you would have taken your information that you've researched and found and put it into an information report. You would have created lots of different information reports over time on lots of different topics. And if you search about information reports on the internet, you'll find lots of examples, and I've gathered a few here. This is one about crocodiles, and you can see it's eye-catching, it's got bright colours, it tells you exactly what it's about, some crocodile facts, it tells you where crocodiles are found in Australia, gives you information about crocodiles and the different types of crocodiles, and it gives you a pretty cutesy sort of picture about the crocodiles in the corner. Here's one about Antarctica. Again, it's an information report. It's based on text. It has the elements of an information report with a heading and lots of subheadings that give you information on different aspects of Antarctica. Here's a bright and breezy one about lions. You can tell it's about lions. It's got a nice big clear heading. It's got images about lions and it's got some information about lions. And one about Anzac Day. Okay, someone's done some research about Anzac Day, found their information and they've written it out in paragraph form, explained what Anzac means and then included a couple of pictures that support their information. Today I want to introduce you to a slightly different way of presenting your information, and they're called infographics. Now, infographics aren't new. They've been around since about the 1900s. So let's have a think about the word infographics first. We've got the first part of the word info, which reminds me about the word information. It's short for the word information and it gives me facts. It tells me about something or someone. We often hear people say, you've given me a vital piece of information by telling me that. Okay, and if you think about some words that mean the same thing, we talk about details, particulars, facts, figures, statistics, data, information, and the graphics side of it. Graphics are images, they're visual representations of work, drawings or designs, and they can include type, some sort of text. The pictures on a website are probably a good example of graphics, often with a caption to tell you what it's about. And synonyms for graphics: picture, illustration, image, icon, logo, diagram, graph or chart. And if you look around the internet again, you'll find examples of infographics. Here's a good one about tigers. That tiger seems to be looking straight at you. It grabs you. You know it's about tigers. It's got a clear heading as well up here at the top. And it actually tells you how a tiger functions. It tells you about its claws, tells you about its eyes and its senses. Down here it tells you what they weigh, what they eat, and how big they are in relation to other animals. Here's one about how plastics break down and what impact they have on the marine environment, how they impact the different fish and animals that live in the ocean. You'll notice too that this one is sort of based around colours that reflect the ocean, the blues and the greens. Here's the seaweed and the water is the blues, and it actually reflects the topic that it's about. It also tells you about what sort of things break down into the water and what harm they can do to the environment. Here's one about travel. Now I'm not sure where this is based, but it gives you lots of different ideas about travel. shows you lots of different places that you could travel to: the Eiffel Tower, London and the Big Ben, Holland and some windmills, different areas. There's Spanish bullfighting here. It tells you the way that people travel. It tells you where they travel to, how the weather might affect them, the different modes of travel, and what they might need as they're travelling around. So they're all really good examples of infographics. And let's have a bit of a recap now about what an infographic is and what it uses. It uses one page. All of those items are on one page. It's a combination of texts, images, diagrams, graphs and tables. It's usually less text and more graphics. Often uses a group of colours or a palette of colours, 3 or 4 colours that are working well together and reflect the topics some of the time. Not all the time, but sometimes. And they present information that is pleasing to the audience, that's easy to read, easy to understand, concise and to the point, and most of all is interesting. Remember about engaging your audience. And it could also be used as a prompt when you're making a presentation. You could print out your infographic as a flyer. You could put it up as a poster. You could display it on an interactive whiteboard and talk to your infographic about why you've put those different elements in there, why you've included particular photos, why you've put the text where it is, what statistics and data you've included that support your information. So that gives you a little bit of an idea about what an infographic is. We're going to actually have a go at creating our own infographic when we think about our next video.